Hi, I'm Bruce Tulloch, Managing Director at BitScope Designs. I'd like to introduce you to a new product that we're releasing for the Raspberry Pi, BitScope Micro. It's a dual-channel oscilloscope specifically designed for the Raspberry Pi. In fact, it's more than just a dual-channel oscilloscope. It's also an 8-channel logic analyzer, a waveform generator, a spectrum analyzer, a clock generator. It's all powered by USB and it plugs directly into the Raspberry Pi. Virtually no software required in addition to what comes standard with the Raspberry Pi. So I'll show you, it comes in a box, little box like so. Everything you need to get started, including a quick start guide to download software that you want for your Raspberry Pi. Looking inside the box, fairly straightforward, we have the BitScope Micro with USB cable attached, connections at this end, USB port at this end, comes with a set of test clips, 10 test clips which connect at this end for mixed signal, the logic and the analog inputs and outputs. And a quick start guide explaining what's the elements of the BitScope Micro, what they do, how it connects, and a reference to how to get started and the connection diagram for the port itself, what we call the BitScope Micro diagnostic test port. So what I'll do is plug this into a Raspberry Pi. We like the Model B Plus, an amazing version of the Raspberry Pi because it has 4 USB ports. It turns out that the power budget of the Raspberry Pi B Plus allows you to actually connect 4 of these guys to one Raspberry Pi. Simple as plugging in one USB port, booting up your Raspberry Pi, and your BitScope will start running. Let me show you how. So here's BitScope Micro in operation. As you can see, it's got some LEDs on it that indicate the functions that are currently operating. Down on this side, we have the red power LED. When you connect it to your Raspberry Pi, that LED will come on. If it doesn't, there's no power being provided. The green one on the other side indicates communications with the Pi. So whatever BitScope's doing, when this one's flashing, it means it's talking to the Raspberry Pi. This one in the middle is the sampling LED. When that flashes, it tells you that BitScope's actually acquiring data. The two ones at the front, the yellow one and the green one, indicate that the BitScope is capturing analog data on channel A, yellow, or channel B, green. In the case of logic capture, these front LEDs don't necessarily light, but the red one in the middle always will. This is all explained in the quick start guide that comes with the BitScope, with a breakout key diagram of the BitScope itself and the connections at the front of it. 10 pins are used for connecting. It's a standard IDC10 connector on which you have channel A and channel B and 6 logic channels. Some of those pins are reassignable. So for example, logic channel 4 can be used as a waveform generator output. Logic channel 5 can be used as a clock generator output. The other logic channels can be switched to high and low to drive them as like GPIO pins. And the 2 analog channels are routed to logic channels 7 and 6, so that the analog signal coming in is converted to a digital signal. So in fact, this device has 8 logic channels where 2 of them come from the analog source. So there you have it, BitScope Micro for Raspberry Pi, available globally through Element 14. For more information, visit bitscope.com/micro. Thank you.